Hey, what's up? This is Neil McPherson here. Thanks for taking a minute to check this out. I'm excited to share my Seller Shift Premium membership with you. But before I do, I kind of wanted to just share a little story that I think is kind of relevant to this whole thing. I'm here this morning. It's August 16th. I'm actually in town, in my hometown, San Diego. Excuse my skin issue I got going on there. I didn't put my makeup on today, right? But anyway, I'm in town for a funeral for one of the closest people I've ever met in my life was my grandmother, my dad's mom. And, I grew up here in San Diego. My dad kind of wasn't around all the time, and she kept me connected. Anyway, in about 2009, this is where I am right now today in a beautiful spot here in San Diego. I'll give you a quick little view here. Got the harbor. If I just rotate, you see downtown. It was beautiful last night. Sorry if it's a little loud. Like I said, it's a outdoor location here, and just a beautiful location, right? And this is actually where I had my last job that I ever had in 2009. I was a bus boy in the kitchen here, which I thought was pretty interesting, right? I actually was down there last night catching the Padres game on the big screen. I don't drink, but I had a Coca-Cola with a friend while he was having a couple beers, and we just kind of reminisced over the last 20 years or so. And it really just kind of had me thinking about how far digital marketing took my life, right? And actually just about half an hour ago, I checked my email, and I made $150 from doing nothing, right? Cha-ching, cha-ching. Affiliate sales. Somebody from my list bought something that I recommended, and that's something that I've been doing for well over a decade without a huge massive list. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of share that once I took that leap, if you're kind of on the fence, can this work? Can I make money online? I took the leap in 2009, and I haven't worked for anybody since. I'm also a disabled vet, and I should have been getting my disability for about 15 years, and it took me all that time to finally kind of go back and get that. Sorry if this video is going to turn out to be a little bit long for a sales video, but so about 2022, all the guys I had served with, other combat medics that have been to Iraq and been on the ground like I had, were all getting the proper disability, and they weren't working full time. The reason that I was able to still live a good life, still travel all over, still make money on a regular basis without working a full-time gig was I had a list, and I had digital marketing, and I had clients, and I could sell websites, or I could sell software, I could sell services, I could sell affiliate products, all on a regular basis, and it didn't absorb mass amount of hours of time except for maybe launches, right? For example, or creating a webinar and running that. But these were all things that I could do and be able to adjust to, the difficulties that come with, being a disabled vet and some of the things you have to deal with, right? So anyway, in 2022, I was also a heavy drinker. It was easy for it to happen, working at home, working online, self-medicating as a combat medic, and just got to be a little bit too much, right? So in 2022, I quit drinking. I came back. I usually live in Colorado nowadays. It's just a little bit more peaceful out there. I love California. I love visiting, but it's a handful, right? So anyway, so 2022, I came back out here, kind of to soothe my soul, so to speak. I quit drinking. I straightened out all my VA stuff. I'm now get the max that you can get for the rest of my life, like I should have been the whole time. And that kind of created a curve in the road, a turning point in my life where I could have said, all right, let me just go work at the mailman or something, just quit this challenging digital marketing, as AI had kind of come in the picture, and I was way behind because I had to really focus on, my personal life for a couple years there, year and a half. And, but I moved back to Colorado, and about Christmas, last year, 24, I decided, you know what, I'm going to dig in, I'm going to learn this not digital marketing, excuse me, AI stuff, how to do the digital marketing with AI. And I dug in, and I started using all the tools, and I started, figuring out the capabilities, and then I started to figure out how to apply it and leverage it. And then I started using it to do everything that I was doing, to run my affiliate campaigns, to promote products to my list, to craft all the marketing materials that I used to, spend weeks to build sales pages or something that, would net me a good profit at the end of the day. Like I might write a sales page and then get 50% of that product when the person launched it, and that was good money. But now I could build those sales pages in minutes, right? And then I was finding that even though other people had all the same AI tech, they weren't getting the same results as me with it. And that's when I realized that I could really help people. So what I did with Seller Shift, and this is the amazing part of this, is not only do you get access to all of my training that shows you how to do all this stuff, how to effectively build your list, how to effectively get clients coming to you looking to buy, how to get affiliates to promote your launches, your products, your webinars, etc., how to convert those launches, those webinars, how to, what my funnel is exactly for a low ticket launch, or what my format is exactly for a webinar presentation that can do 6 to 7 figures, And I took all of this and I built my own prompt sets. Okay, so in Seller Shift you get 32 prompt sets. All right, that and probably growing. Okay, part of the premium thing is you also get all future updates. So you get all future updates. So any additional prompts I add to that section, you'll also get those. And these walk you through everything that I do. So instead of me teaching you how to do X, and then you having to go out and execute the entire strategy, I can teach you, here's how X works, and you can use the prompts and execute the strategy in minutes, okay? Hours or whatever. Everything from your entire sales funnel to the product creation to promoting to the list that you build to getting people to run traffic for you. And here's the other thing. Around the same time when I decided to kind of get back into digital marketing heavily and figure out AI, I found a coach, a client of mine who was a coach who wanted to grow a community. And through that process, I learned the power of communities for sales in 2025 and how this is a booming, growing thing where you're going to be able to really grow some massive lists, build recurring. You can use them as a tee up to sell high ticket offers, affiliate offers, software. And what's great about it is you can actually get recurring without having to deliver. You can have things delivered automatically on a regular basis. You can have AI create all the assets. And so that's the other part I figured out as well. When you combine the power of community sales engines with what you can do right now across social media with YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok and all this kind of stuff with AI generated content, and you combine all of that and it gives you this superpower of now you can send traffic on a regular basis to a funnel that's going to automatically convert them into recurring buyers. You can build all the assets for the funnel using AI. And here's the kicker. Instead of like when I first started with digital marketing, somebody gave me a guide to affiliate marketing and I went down the rabbit hole for a year and a half until I came out the other side selling websites. Ironically, 2 yacht businesses down here. I met a guy in San Diego who referred me, and I started my business through about 7 or 8 clients that I was selling websites. It was a yacht salesman, right? I forget the exact terminology for that right now. A yacht salesman, a yacht insurance company. That guy turned me on to a charter business, a boat captain, mechanic. I did like all these guys' websites and I got to know this whole industry down here. So it was kind of interesting. But anyway, long story short, I had to figure all that out. I had to say, okay, is this going to even work? And I had to risk kind of my things. You now don't have to do any of that. Thanks to one, being able to take my proven funnels that okay, this funnel works, right? But also to use AI and my prompt sets to predict your revenue, to predict your profits, down to, okay, I know this funnel is going to convert like this. I can get this much traffic in here. That equals this much profit, this much revenue, this much net, this much recurring, this many high ticket sales, etc. And then it can help you execute with my prompts, again, the entire strategy, okay? So you can pick your path easier than ever before. If you want to sell products, if you want to sell affiliate stuff, if you want to build a list, clients, coaching, recurring community membership software, any of that. All right. And so I show you how to do all this stuff. Depending on what path you pick, I also kind of walk you through how to execute it, because over the years, thanks to my, kind of breadth of experience or whatever, I've been able to, do all this stuff successfully. I got clients when I got started. I sold my own ebooks and built my own launches and built my own list and collected my own affiliates and wrote the webinars and pitched the webinars live on the calls and, mastered all of these kind of components that would take you years. And now I've streamlined it all into my Seller Shift membership. Okay. And so the other piece is this, a little bit, maybe sentimental or whatever it is. So my grandmother, whose funeral or celebration of life I'm going to today, was an amazing woman. And, in 2009, during that year and a half, when I was still learning digital marketing and I was living on the GI Bill, which wasn't enough to really fully get by here in San Diego, California, one of the more expensive cities you can go to. And anyway, she let me live with her, right? And I kind of owe the start of the whole digital marketing business to her. So I thought, what a way to kind of celebrate this, to launch my Seller Shift membership here at the beautiful harbor in San Diego, the last place I ever had a job, going on 16 years now. And if it weren't for her, I wouldn't have been able to go down this road, get all this experience, and then share this all with you today. And that's part of where I'm just at in my life, right? I could have quit digital marketing. I could have moved to another country and just retired. There was a lot of options on the table for me, but I wanted to give back. Why spend all those years gaining all that knowledge and experience, not to use it to help people and to grow businesses and generate revenue and all of that. And so my focus going forward is Seller Shift, okay? This is what I designated as my way of being able to help as many people as possible without taking up too much of my time, to be straight with you. And that's what I can help you kind of figure out with your thing. I'll be in the community. You can run my prompts. You can come back and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or here's my funnel, or here's what I built. Can you check out this? And I'll be in there to help you guys all do that. But you can also design it all within your life. You can say, this is my experience level. This is how much time I have. This is what my goals are. And then you can build a strategy and execute it faster than ever before. Okay, so you get all the prompts, all the training. There's avatars. There's a whole bunch of bonuses that come with this. And the offer I'm running in the beginning is going to be very limited. This particular premium offer is a one-time deal, right? So there's no additional fees. There is a VIP upgrade option, and that's it. Okay, there's nothing intense here. I'm not going to try to sell you high-ticket coaching. Because I'm not doing that right now. It's just the membership, and I'm focused on that because that allows me to deliver the maximum value to you guys in there while also continuing to focus on growing it through the exact strategies that I'm sharing. So part of the VIP upgrade, if you take that, for example, is ongoing Instagram case studies and social media content, and here's what's working on my reels and the stats that I'm getting, and also affiliate campaigns and promos, and then some of the prompts that I'm building as I'm going. You get first kind of featured access to that. And you also get access to all of my Stack Multiply workshops, which breaks down all my core strategies for, stack multiplying your business, reverse engineering it in a way where not only can you sell the product or service, but you can then build entire 5 to 7 additional income streams by creating ebooks and courses and software and tools and building a buyer's list and monetizing that buyer's list and having your own, back end and all of that. Okay. So, and then also with AI, as I continue to grow and get better and better and have AI just optimizing everything that I'm doing, I'll be sharing that as well. Okay. So, this is your, very rare opportunity to get everything that I've got, that can help you grow your digital marketing business. And I think by now, with my bad skin and my camera just walking around here, I think you understand that I'm not some dude out here, trying to fake it with my Lamborghini and show you how awesome I am. I'm just a regular dude who made a good living for a long time with digital marketing, and I'm just looking to kind of give back that experience in a way that helps as many people, because it changed my life. It also changed my best friend's life. I shared everything with my college roommate. He turned it into a huge business, built around YouTube and YouTube ads and all that kind of stuff. I think you can see that testimonial, where he did about 3.1 million or something in his Stripe account and attested all to my Stack Multiply strategies, right? I stepped in and partnered with another guy, and we did over 7 figures in sales of, just regular low to mid ticket products. Okay. So that can be you as well. All right. This could be your last day or your last week at the job you're at now. Just like it was for me in 2009, I was a busboy in the kitchen, shining silverware. And here I am today, 15 years later, never having worked for another person along the way. And, it's a beautiful night here in San Diego. And I hope you get to experience stuff like this. I woke up to sales from doing zero work. And that's what prompted me to go ahead and shoot this video. I know it's a little bit long, but, I encourage you to join Sellership Premium. I think it might be one of the best decisions you ever made. And if not, I wish you the best out there. And thanks for checking this out. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, hit up my support desk and we'll get you taken care of, okay? Have a great day out there. Bye for now.